So today is going to be a really busy day for me because I have a paper to finish up and I'm unfortunately a little rusty on writing my papers because it's been like 4 years since I've written one so hopefully that will go well. But I also wanted to film this video and then I'm going to try to read as much as I can of A Natural History of Dragons, but I might return that one to the library and just maybe one day I'll buy it because I like it, but I don't like being rushed. And yes, I know when you get a book from the library you can always keep checking it out, you can recheck it out, but I don't like doing that. It bothers me because I don't like having to keep checking it out because I don't know how long it's going to take me to read a book. Especially that, and that's why I don't get like the really big, thick, over 1,000 pages or over 500 pages long book. Because I know it's weird and everything, but it just bothers me having to keep on rechecking it. Maybe one other time, because I am going to do that, maybe once or twice more, like 3, But I just don't like doing it. It bothers me. But yeah, we had my dad's friend his friend he grew up with came to visit with his wife, and his daughter her mom lives in somewhere here in North Carolina, so he went to go ahead and bring her stuff and bring her here so she could spend time with her dad. So I hung out with her. And I didn't realize that she's not that much younger than me. So we got along really well. It had been I hadn't seen her since she was 6 years old. So I was a little apprehensive if we would get along or have anything in common. Because the only thing my dad told me is she likes manga, and I don't read that. I'm just not interested. And but I did find out that she likes Broadway musicals, and I love Broadway musicals. Yes, I'm a Broadway musical nerd. And she likes that, and she was looking at the songs I have on my iPod, and she was saying how we have a similar taste in music. So that was cool. But there were a few awkward moments, how kids with divorced parents, it's something they struggle a lot with, and they can be very emotional about it, which you can't blame them. So there were a few awkward moments with her dad's wife. But anyway, that was going on this week. So they were here this weekend. So I didn't really get to work. I worked, but I did, because she only stayed the one night, I was able to work on my paper yesterday. And the good news is I wasn't scheduled to go into work, although they did call me. But my mom said, my mom was like, oh, you don't, because you weren't on the schedule, it's okay if you don't, call back or don't say anything. So, but I am working Thursday, so I'm going to try to get it done today, and hopefully it won't be as bad as I think. Hopefully it won't, the old skills, the old, abilities for me to write good papers will come back, because I was always pretty decent at writing papers. I am such a nerd that I actually liked English class, but I didn't always like it because sometimes I didn't always like the teacher. So in both times where I didn't like my English teacher, I had a friend in the class, so I could, it made it a little bit easier with the teacher. And I love, and like everybody else on here, I loved reading. I know when you're reading for class, it's not always as fun because you have to analyze every little section, interpret every little thing, and then probably write a paper and do a quiz and stuff, which I have to study for that too, but I've kind of been focused more on the paper. But anyway, so it is Top 5 Wednesday time, and if you are new to Top 5 Wednesday, that is a Goodreads group created by Ginger Reads Lady and Sam from Thoughts on Tomes, who is the current host since, I want to say 2015 or 16. I don't know. I got into it late, so I don't know when she... But anyway, that's neither here nor there. In case you want to know, although if you've been watching my videos, I usually, I'm sure by now you know what Top 5 Wednesday is, but I'm going to tell you anyway in case this is your first time watching one of my videos. Top 5 Wednesday is, like I said, a Goodreads group where you get a bookish topic to do every month, every week of that month, and Wednesday is when you present that topic and pick your top 5 of whatever topic it is. And this week's topic is your top 5 favorite friend groups, and I always feel a little guilty because the ones I usually pick for these top favorites are a lot of times the really super popular books. I mean, they're ones that everybody's probably gonna pick. It's nothing special. I even included one friend group that Sam has said sometimes she's like, try not to include that book series because it's so popular and most people, especially if you grew up in the 90s, you read that book. So it's like, you can apply it to anything, so she doesn't because it would be too easy. Unfortunately, last year, someone got a little mad about that and was a little annoyed that she kept saying that, which I think was unfair, because it's true, you can apply that book series, the characters, and the setting of the book and everything, you can apply it to everything, and it's too easy. It's too easy to use that particular series and answer for everything. She wants people to mix it up, use different series. The problem with me is that not only am I part of that bandwagon, which, I didn't know it was a bandwagon, until, I did start doing Facebook and stuff. And then the movies were announced and everything, so. But I grew up with the series, so you can't blame me. I was born, I think the third book had come out when I started reading the books. Because I remember the fourth book, and yes, I may as well say I'm talking about Harry Potter. But basically what I'm saying is I feel bad because a lot of my answers are basically everybody knows these series. So it's nothing new or original. I mean, I tried to come up with ones, but they're the books I'm thinking about. And when I joined BookTube, they were, that's how I discovered these series, because I started watching BookTube, and then I have this channel now. So, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do this. Okay, so first, although I thought about another one earlier today, but I can't remember. I didn't include it on this list, but another friend group that would be fun to be part of is, well, not what they have to actually go through, but to be part of their group of friends because of how much they care about each other and how close they are, and how, they accept each other even if the other one is different or like a nerd or, is like an outcast in some capacity, and that is the Losers Club. And yes, they call themselves that's what they call themselves, okay? So I'm not trying to insult them because I love the Losers Club, but they do call themselves the Losers Club. And they are the kids from It. One of them is kind of nerdy and he wears glasses and he's like a beanpole. And he's a trash mouth, as they nicknamed him. And then there's one of them, the leader of the group, stutters, and his brother got murdered in the story. That kind of is the catalyst, I think. I think that's what you would consider the catalyst. And there's another one who's my favorite one, Ben. He's a little on the chubby side. And there's the girl of the group. Her dad she's from poor town. So she's white trash. Her dad was a janitor. Now, the funny thing is, her mom has never been included in the screen adaptations, but her mom, I believe in the book, is kind of an alcoholic. She's barely ever around and stuff, doesn't really take care of Beverly, that's the girl's name. And, her dad rapes her, and of course she's only 12 years old. Is really sad. And then, now this is only half the book. The second part, they are adults, these characters if you're not familiar, but I think by now most people are probably familiar with it. And then there's one of the kids he's Jewish, and I think, did I cover? Oh, and then there's the black kid who's experienced racism. That joins. Now in the movie version, his parents are dead, but I think in the book they're alive, and his parents kind of have a rift between the school bully's parents, the bully that kind of messes with them, all that beats them up and stuff. But it's set in the 50s, so that's why they have where people are racist. There's, where the whole black racism is even more prominent. 10 times more prominent than it is today. It is 10 times more prominent. And then there's the one kid who's, Jewish. And so he's experienced a lot of racism, a lot of prejudice, not racism, prejudice. Would it be racism? I guess it would be. Maybe it would. Well, no, because Jewish it's a religion. It's not a race. So, just prejudice. Because it's set in the 50s originally. The first half of the book. But anyway, they are such an adorable. And one kid he's kind of a mama's boy. I forgot about my precious little Eddie Kasparek. He's a mama's boy. He has asthma. He's a hypochondriac. But they are so adorable and such a good group of friends. So that's kind of a bonus friend group I would like to be a part of. That, when I was a kid, because they are younger than me. Well, it's kind of weird with books because, especially books that involve, where you go back and, you kind of go through you have a certain timeline where you go into the past, and then if it's not a linear timeline or it's not set in it goes back and, it starts in their childhood and then goes to their adulthood, it's kind of hard, but they are so adorable, and they're so sweet, and they really care about each other, and they're very loyal, and, I would love to be part of their little group. I would just love to take care of them. They deserve to be taken care of because they're, not only do they experience all that other stuff where people are prejudiced and bully them and stuff, but there's also a monster that eats them, that's trying to eat them, the clown. And their parents are neglectful in this town that they grow up in. They don't care, and they're, scared. And if you read it explains it in the book why the parents are the way they are. But it's very complicated, very convoluted. But anyway, so that's a bonus group of friends I just thought about that I would love to be part of. But the actual 5 that I said are, the first one is the DA, Dumbledores Army, from Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. First of all, there's the Golden Trio, but not just the Golden Trio. I love the Golden Trio, but I also love Luna and Neville. Luna Lovegood and Neville Longbottom. And Ginny, of course. I love her, and I'm one of those people who does ship Harry and Ginny and Ron and Hermione. I know not a lot of people do, but I just don't get the Ron and Hermione. Not Ron, the Harry and Hermione ship. And I feel like Ginny, I'm wondering if at least some of those people are just going by the movie version of Ginny rather than the book version. But maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe they have read the book and they're going by the book version too, and they just don't like Ginny in the book. But I love Ginny and Harry, and she's someone that he needs, I think, just as Ron needs Hermione. So I totally ship them, and I just don't see Harry and Hermione as a couple. I see them as a brother. There's a brotherly, sisterly affection. I feel like the movie kind of tried to add that little bit of tension because of to show Ron's insecurities. Because in it might have been in the book too, not the dance scene specifically, but, the dance could have been in there. She could have described a little bit of a dance scene. Like, it would probably be easier to write that than humor, I feel like. But she did a very good job with the humor. But anyway, the DA is awesome. Both, and, it's so great that Harry steps up and uses what he knows and his experience, even if it was just luck, and to help his friends. And, I feel like, yeah, you have the golden trio, but like I said, I feel like Luna and and of course, Ginny, obviously. Ginny, Fred, and George. But Luna and Neville, I think they are also important members of their little group, too. So that's why I refer to them as the DA, not the golden trio, because I'm also including the other characters. The ones who were all up for joining Dumbledore's army, But they are just so, again, just like the Losers Club, they are so sweet and loyal to each other, really care about each other, and want to fight for each other, and fight for Harry, and fight with him. Okay, so next, I said, that is, I didn't know what they called themselves, although I think they refer to themselves as the Drags, or maybe that whole community of theirs was called the Drags. I can't remember. It's been a year now, and I don't have that good of a memory. But that's why it's so bad that when I read series, I don't always read the next book right away, and then I forget. But I'm also I'm gonna be lazy and not go back and reread the first book. I started Crooked Kingdom, and I need to get back into it. I mean, you would think that would be easy because it's a duology. There's only 2 books. It's not a series, or it's not even a trilogy, but I've gotten lazy about that. But I love these pages. I'm just in love with these colored pages. The other one, Crooked Kingdom, it's red pages, actually. But anyway, Kaz's crew is, they're so cool and will be so fun to hang out with. They're really good friends, I feel like, as good as you can be amongst a group of criminals, especially, and they overcome a lot of their differences with each other, because, one member of the crew was kind of a police force in this world, or military force, so he had a lot of trust issues with these guys. And then I think by the end of this book, he has learned a lot. He still doesn't entirely trust them, I feel like, but he's definitely overcome. And they have a really weird but great support system with each other. But they do still have their issues with each other, with themselves personally and with each other. But they are genuine friends, I feel like. And I feel like they would be a good group of friends to... And Charmed is on right now. I put it on mute this time, so it's on and you don't hear in the background. But I hate it though when they, I know it's not, I don't have to wait a week anymore because, with reruns, you just have to wait 24 hours for the next episode because they'll play. But yeah, I just don't like waiting, and I hate when they show a part 1 and then you have to wait until part 2, 24 hours for part 2, even though I've seen it hundreds of times, so I know what's going on. But, anyway, so, yeah, they would be cool to be friends with. Okay, so the next one, again, this is a group that's younger than me, a group of friends that were younger than me, but I still like them. And if I was their age, I would love to hang out with them. And that is the Raven Boys and Blue. This is the last book. They are a really cool group of people, they are good friends, very different. You have, very different personalities, and they're a family, I feel like. They're just one big family. You have them. Although, I feel like the roles are reversed with Gansey and Blue. I feel like Gansey kind of has the role of the mother at times. The role that most of the time mothers take on, and then Blue, I think it's kind of the dad, the role of the dad. The stereotypical versions. Although there are times when Gansey acts like the typical male. But they really care about each other and respect each other. I think I just love this book, this series, period. Although I am donating this series because I want to share it with other people. I'm also, I can't afford to buy another bookshelf. But anyway, that's something I ran about way too many times. But, these guys are just a good group of friends. Again, I would love to hang out with them. All these friend groups I would love to hang out with and be a part of them and be accepted into their group. But of course, I would be like Blue and even Blue is more special than I am because she at least can enhance people's powers. I don't have any psychic abilities. I don't have a special talent. But I mean, then maybe again, I'm chosen for something. Just kidding. I mean, it'd be totally awesome if I was chosen for something. But okay, so next is another crew of kind of thieves, like Kaz's crew, and that is Kelser's crew from the Mistborn series, or I guess would it be a saga now because she's writing more books. Or I don't know why I said she. It's Brandon Sanderson, and Brandon Sanderson is not a girl. He's written another series in this part of the world because all his books I think are kind of part of the same world, like Robin Hobb does. The Cosmere universe is what people refer to it as. And this is the second book in the original trilogy. But yeah, this is an awesome crew, and they have an awesome magic system that they get to use. That these guys use. And Kelser's, he's got that personality that you just like and you like. There's a word for it. You're drawn to. And again, they have a family atmosphere. Like I like the group of friends that have a very family. Well, most group of friends have kind of a family type relationship. At least you hope they do. And so I just I don't have any missing power, allomancy, and I'm not a Mistborn or anything like that. But it would still be cool to hang out with you guys and be part of their group. But it would also be very dangerous. Well, most of these friends group, it would be kind of dangerous to hang out with them because a lot of them, they do pretty risky things, pretty dangerous things. But then again, all these books are fantasy books, so of course they're going to do some crazy dangerous things. Okay, so the last group of friends that I have chosen is the Court of Dreams from, yes, that is Akamath, the Court of Mist and Fury. I mean, who doesn't love these guys? Who wouldn't love hanging out with these guys? They could do like blue sparkly pages for this. They could do an edition for this book with blue sparkly pages. I think that would be really cool if they did that for this book. Like if they released a new edition. I mean, I don't know how hard that is to do. But it would be really cool, like blue or black pages with silver sparkle, so it would be like stars. I think that would be totally awesome if they did that, if they released an edition of that with that kind of on the spine. But anyway, off topic. This is the second book in the ACOTAR series. Court of Thorns and Roses is the first book. And our main character joins a group of friends known as the Court of Dreams. All the people have negative opinions about them at first, but then our main character gets there and realizes that the negative opinions are totally false. They're all BS. And she realizes this is a beautiful group of friends that really care about each other and really respect each other and are good guys. They're good people. Or good fae, I should say. And our main character, of course, I'm sure you can figure that she does become part of that group. Now, if you've not read the book, I'm not going to say how she becomes part of that group. If you're one of those people who has not got around to the series. But, But yes, this family, this group of friends, this family of people, I would, again, another one that I would love to be part of and just totally hang out with them. Okay, so that's it. That is my Dot 5 Wednesday this week. I will post the link to the group down below if you guys are interested, or you can just do this without joining the group for fun. If you want to do this for fun, you don't have to join the group and you can just do it. I hope you guys like this video, and be sure to give it a thumbs up and click subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, I hope you are enjoying your reading, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.